And we're live. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Hangout with Mentors. Tonight is our Voices of the Community. So, we don't have a specific topic that we're presenting. We're going to just go around and hear from Voices of the Community. It's laid back as always, but maybe a little more laid back. Hopefully, we'll hear some stories as always, have a little fun. And then maybe we'll pop over on Facebook Live and dig into some of that kind of conversation if it all works out. It's all about let's see what we can do. And I just want to, before I just hand it over to everyone, I just kind of want to touch on why do we do this and why are we here on video? When you're networking, building relationships, when you're marketing, video will increase your conversions, increase whatever you want to convert to. So in other words, if you're focusing on building a relationship, if you're focusing on expanding your reach, or if you're focusing on increasing your sales, all three of those will equally increase by greater than 50%. And sometimes, depending on the metrics and where you're doing it, we're looking at between 81 and 84% increase of effectiveness by using video. So this exercise is all about having conversations, helping our members get a voice, lifting our members up, having a platform where we're all together, and alternatively, as a side effect, kind of an extra bonus, whenever you have fun with someone, don't you notice that it grows your relationship? Isn't that a cool kind of, oops, that happened too. So that's what happens here. And that's what's happened with this group of people. We've had nights that are a smaller, close-knit panel like you see right here, right now, and probably more will filter in. And we've had nights where we had 2 pages filled with a bunch of little boxes. And either one is amazing. We always walk away really excited and energized. So what does that have to do with making money? Well, isn't it kind of cool to do what you love, have fun what you're doing, and excel or step up to the next level, increase how much money you make? I don't know. I kind of think so. Then on the other side, what a great way to introduce to who you're talking to your candidates, the kind of people that you hang with. You know, when you were younger, your parents kind of wanted to know who your friends were, and then it increased the trust. You had a little bit more freedom because your parents knew that you were with good friends. Or if your parents happened to find out that the friends you were hanging with weren't so good, it decreased the trust. That's the exact same thing that happens here. It's very interactive. So those are just, honestly, not even all the layers of the power of hanging with the people that you choose, hanging with similar people, and the value of a community, why we spend so much energy and inflection on hanging out with these people, and this in particular, this night, why we have Voices of the Community. So I kind of wanted to start with that. I know I touched on a lot of topics, but it really comes down to humanizing everything that you do within the digital realm, humanizing digital marketing. Let's be real. How about that? Authenticity, conversations, have a little fun. And then my last little point, you know what? Sometimes it can be really hard work building your business. Whether you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out new steps, or whether you've been working in it for years and there's meetings and there's this and there's that and you're just getting overwhelmed. It doesn't matter what you're doing to work your business, to increase profits. Sometimes it's hard. So why not pause and have a little fun while you're doing it? That's all I wanted to start with. Do I have any people jump in to go after this? And just 1 second, I will bring out, oh, just a second. Sorry, Valerie, Jason, and Gary. I need your permission if you want to come out on the panel. So does anyone want to go first and just chat, maybe say who you are, why you love this community, add to what I was saying? Rob.
Muted.
I think I'm, okay, great. I'm unmuted by the host. All right, so hey everybody, great to see you. Summertime, days flying by. We're almost into August. Actually, I guess the next one will be August. Is that right?
Well, this is essentially because we were so late in the July. This might be the August one, but because it's
Okay,
just
so
on
late
Monday.
July, August. Hope your summer has been good. Um, I find, I guess, kind of in general, it seems like everybody you want to talk about businesses booming and things are going crazy and stuff like that. But I find a little bit. I like summer on the personal side, but on the business side, I don't like it so much because people are much more in a vacation, I'm checked out kind of mode. My favorite time of the year, by the way, is coming up in the next week to 10 days starting. And that is leading up into September when everybody's coming back from vacation and thinking, oh my God, whatever they think. I don't know what they think. They put their kids back in school, or maybe they're done looking for houses or vacation, but they come back and they're in a pretty serious mode to make something happen. So, on the business side, I'm not really a big fan of, late June and early July. But I like the community. I like what we have done here in terms of adding, a new offering with UE into also marketing Titan and marketing Pure Profit Pro. Dramatically expanding out kind of all the opportunities for people to connect on calls and different things like that. But really at the core, whether somebody's marketing Pure Profit or Titan or they're marketing UE, it's always the same thing. Generate a lead, send somebody to a website. A small percentage are going to get started. We get paid very well when somebody does get started. It's kind of like consultant type of pay. It's not MLM, kind of stuff. And I think a real good spot. The community continues to grow. I'd like to, I just say that for me now, it's coming up on, I don't even know how long have I been marketing this now. I think I've maybe been marketing coming up on about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So maybe a year and a half with the community here. So it's kind of cool because I feel like I know people within the community. I feel like I'm known within the community as well. And, it's useful. It's useful that having the community itself is useful as a sales tool because it's something that's bigger than you. People always have the idea about how am I going to get support and does it really work and some things like that. So I love the whole way that the calls work together and people jumping out and saying, hey, I'm John Jingleheimer and I'd like to tell you what my background is and this is what happened with me and stuff like that. I think that kind of time-tested stuff really seems to work. The trainings that we do on marketing or advertising, are just great. So, in terms of hanging out, I'm looking forward to just kind of the natural seasons. When winter comes, if you live in the north, it snows. And when summer comes and you're in home business, there's more people that are on vacation than thinking about how to, it's not always true for everything, everybody, everywhere, but in general, that's been my experience is that September and January timeframes are, the best of the year. So that's what I got so far.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you. As a tool and just someplace to go hang out. That's really cool.
Pretty much. I mean, if we weren't all marketing together, we got to have something in common. We all would go to church together. We all belong to a political affiliation together. We all want to save whales together or whatever it would be. There's got to be some kind of a vision or a purpose for the group. And it's one of the things that attracts, I think, everybody to a networking business, and why we get infected, if you will, in a networking business is that rather than just selling diet pills online to anonymous people like in CPA type of marketing, or selling widgets on Amazon where you could say you never have to talk to somebody, it's nice in this regard. You can build relationships and you can see new people learning, you can see people growing and all that kind of stuff like that. It's a relational business.
Absolutely.
Which has bad points and good points.
Yeah, most definitely. And one thing before I move on, to do anything that we do. So whether it's making a decision to purchase something or making a decision to return back to a place or a group of people or to stay connected with people, it's always about the experience, right? We're always aiming for something, whether we've consciously thought about it or not. So the money making part, well, we're all looking for the experience of increasing our freedom and having, and that is created by that thing that's just like oxygen called money. That increases our freedom in so many ways. And also we'll return somewhere, keep doing something consistently for the experience of pleasure, comfort, safety, education, right? It's all about the experience. So that's what we help elevate. We help make it a better experience for people. That's the intention anyway.
Totally.
Absolutely. And on that exact note, Mark, I would like to go over to you because as it exists right now, who's on this page, you are the newest member here. So I would really love your input. Tell us who you are and what's your experience in this period of time within the community. I would love to hear from you.
Okay.
And thank you, first of all, for coming. It's a pleasure to meet you face to face on this video.
Pleasure to meet everybody. Before I tell my little story, I just want to let everyone know that I am persistent. I refuse to give up. I've had my share of obstacles the last 30 years, and I continue to fight through it. Saying that, I am partially disabled right now with arthritic problems, and today I had a nice little 2-mile walk, which I fought through. I'm getting a little nervous here.
It's okay.
Okay.
That's the benefit of coming here with us. You're among friends.
My experience is basically I've worked 34 years in the so-called corporate world. 14 years of that was one company, pretty much being a service rep or partly dispatcher. I got to know the streets of New York and all the areas very well. But I became a yes man. Every time the boss said something, I said yes. There were times I worked 70 hours a week, and my highest salary year was $31,000. That's working 70 hours a week, Saturday, Sunday. After about 14 years, I said I had enough of that. And the toll on my body started to take effect in my 30s as arthritis started to go. After that, I had another job that lasted 5 years, and then it really got bad. In 2002, my whole body just shut down on me. I spent 2 weeks in the hospital learning how to walk again, and another 2 weeks, they sent me in a nursing home for 2 weeks, which I thought I'd never get out of there. It was like prison. I then started fighting back. I started trying to get temporary jobs just to keep going. And 3 years ago, actually 2013, my shoulder started to really bother me. I continued to work through it, and after a while, it just got too bad. I asked my boss if I could have a little medical leave. He gave me a medical leave for a month and then said, "You just resigned." After that, I got tired of telling everybody what my problem was and wanted to find another way of doing things. So then I started looking into network marketing. I found one company, which was so-called free company, and I learned that there's no such thing as free, and I wasn't getting anything back in return. So I left that company. I joined another company. I won't mention any person's name here. I made a little bit of money the first couple of months, but this company every few months wanted to change the way they were doing things and their plan, and then they merged together, and then that was it for that one. Then I finally joined another company, and I've been with that also for the last 2 years. And then a few of my friends started from that company started to join U Economy, and I joined up with them. And I keep on doing what I got to do. A lot of people like my ads, and I just learned after the past year or so that it's not about the money first, it's about helping people first. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been helping Dale Ann, I've been helping Karen, and anyone else who needs my help. I've been having my own webinars every once in a while with them, and I just recently helped them redo their Facebook page, and that's what I do now. I try to help, and then hopefully in time I'll get my rewards. But right now I'm in there just helping people.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mark. And how powerful is that? So you have knowledge, you have dedication, persistence, courage, that stick-to-itiveness. You bring so much value, and now you get to leverage the community and an amazing product. Yeah, you're in the right place.
And about 5 minutes before this webinar, I emailed my 44 leads last night's webinar.
Absolutely. Powerful. That is awesome.
And remember, I am on vacation.
Exactly. So an exact example of you can work from wherever you are, intellectually, skill-wise, health-wise, knowledge, and geographically. Powerful. Love it. Thanks for sharing.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Kenny, welcome out. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. What do you have to say tonight for Voices of the Community? I know you have a voice.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Mark, for sharing. That was phenomenal. One of the biggest reasons why I do this is for that reason, because see, in this world that we have, thanks to the internet, right? Because I remember the days where I started a business. When I was like 18, I first started a marketing business. Got the name of the company. It's been that long. But I used to have to knock on doors and try to get people to join me. You know, go to the mall, show my product, get kicked out the mall because I'm not supposed to be showing a product. And, you know, that was rough. But 2007, it changed for me. I was introduced to the internet. And with this internet, I didn't have to knock on doors anymore. They have to go to the mall and get kicked out, because if you ever realize, you know, the most powerful tool that we have now, these things called cell phones, right? And with this thing, it's $1 million tool, right? $600-700, $1 million tool. And what it does is change the mindset of what I was thinking about when I wanted to work for somebody. Because who wants to do that anymore, right? Some of you still want to do it because you get them nice little pensions. But when that starts to run out, you're going to change your mind. You'll be right here with us, because knowing a better way, once you know the better way, you'll never go back. I stopped working in 2006, was the last time I had a regular job. And I took a buyout. I used to work for Ford Motor Company. They gave me $100,000 to leave. Most people didn't even want to leave with getting that kind of money. It was like, no, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay at this job. Sorry, y'all can hear this phone in the back. But what happened for me was it changed my mindset. And with that money, I've not worked a job since. 2007 was the last time I worked for somebody. And now with this product, with this network, with these people, they just make me feel more comfortable. That's the best thing about this community. You see other people that do it. When before the internet, you didn't know who did this kind of business until you got on the internet and you heard about it. And you got on this kind of platform and you realize that there's other people that make money from home. People that have disabilities that can't get up and work a regular job. There are people that can't even walk, that they make money from businesses like this, because the internet is open something for everybody. Even if you're a musician, you don't have to sit there and just pass your music out to everybody. You can actually play your music, go on Facebook and share it with all your friends and have them buy your album from your Facebook page, right? Ain't that amazing to be able to do that and make 100,000? I hear Kelly always playing the guitar. I love your music. Thank you. And that's what it's about, guys. That's why I'm here, because I know I have a tool. I know I have something in the palm of my hand that I can share with millions of people. And we're not going to stop until sooner or later, this platform will be 5 times wide and you won't even be able to see everybody. It'll be little pieces like this going all the way around, right? So that's my piece for the day. I'm going to give it to somebody else. But I love you guys, and let's keep rocking, right? Come on, join us.
Thanks, Kenny. Awesome as always. Awesome as always. And just really quickly on that note, and some people's like fear or caution of getting on video or concern is how many people are watching, how many people are going to watch. Some want are afraid that they won't have enough, and some don't want any. I was in the, I'd rather nobody watched it, but I'm going to do it. And then it gets to the point that you do want more because you want to reach more people. It doesn't matter if you have one listener, record it. It doesn't matter. Record it as if you're talking to all the people you'd like to reach, because once you record it and put it out there, you never know. It's a permanent piece of digital real estate. And people are going to go back and watch it, whether it's a year, 5 years. People are finding all of our videos all the time. In fact, I get teased sometimes. Hi there, Susan Batchelder here. I do that on purpose, Yeah. Remember. So record your videos, get out there, join us, tell your story. Everyone will see you. It's just do it. So thanks for that, Kenny. Talk about consistency and always just showing up and doing your thing, and that's what gives you the lifestyle. Sometimes we never know where you're at. Oh, Kenny's on the road again. Oh, he's fishing. Oh, he's driving. That's how it goes.
I'd love to do some of that fishing down there with you, Kenny. That looks fun.
You gotta come down. You gotta come down, Tammy.
That like the really big fish.
I want the big fish. That's what I'm after. I do. I want those big ones with the fins that actually poke and hurt.
See, I'm scared of the bait that you have to put on the rod to catch them kind of fish. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. When we were in Florida, we heard that story.
Oh, yeah. One time when we were in Nag's Head, we actually thought that the bait was actually like the fish that you catch. And I'm like, that's the bait. Like, really? That's the bait? I thought I really just caught one. And they're like, oh, no, that's bait fish. And I'm like, I was so excited to get this, because around here you don't have those. So that's crazy when it's a big fish and it's a bait fish for the big one.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to remember that story, Tammy, for perspective.
Okay.
There's always bigger fish out there. Anyway, yep. Clinton.
That's kind of why I said it. I was hoping people would pick up on that.
Yeah, aim for the bigger fish. There's bigger fish out there. Clinton, welcome. Again, it's been a minute. Thank you for coming. What would you like to share? And I'll unmute you here. What would you like to share about this community and what it's been for you?
This community is absolutely amazing because everybody connects with each other, and it's real. And to hear everybody's stories, hear everybody, people's backgrounds, it's absolutely inspiring to me, and it helps kind of keep me pushing forward. Even though I've been through my ups and downs, but I think with all these, being in this community in itself is just absolutely amazing, because I think there's times when you kind of have a down day, things aren't going right, you can kind of connect with people on here, and it kind of gets you back on track. And I just love it. It's just when I was looking for something and I found this is what attracted me to it was to be able to connect with people, to have people to talk to directly, rather than all of this automated stuff that's out there and you don't know really what you're doing. But with this, you've got guidance, you've got someone to always to talk to or whatever. It's there, and that's what I find. That's what attracted me to this in the very beginning, and it's absolutely it's the experience is just absolutely amazing. And for anybody who's looking for this, looking for something, this is it right here, in my opinion, because it doesn't get better than this. I love it because it just keeps me, because I'm just now kind of getting to that mode where like, this is freaking amazing, let's do this, let's rock and roll. I'm just on, I don't know, the energy is it's the energy. You feed off that energy, and that's what makes it, it just keeps you, I don't know, kind of leaves me lost for words sometimes trying to explain it, but that's where I'm at with it. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So.
Thanks, Clinton. And I remember the first time you came on video with us, you were all tongue-tied and pretty nervous, didn't know what to say. And before you knew it, you're recording your own videos and coming on out. So So is that true? Like, did it help to be able to just come out and join us in this comfortable format? Did it help you kind of get started with your videos and your recording videos and stepping on into your next level in your business?
Oh, absolutely. It was a huge plus because it really helped bring me out of my shell. And then as I got more and more comfortable with it, like so it's like realizing it's okay. Hey, this is not a problem. To not, there's nothing to really be too scared of. Just to be able to. That was the icebreaker, I guess. It really kind of got it started for me. So I'm still learning and growing with the video process, but it's coming along. It's getting better and better, and learning to, just learning to be yourself. I guess that's the important thing that I've learned, to just be you. Don't try to put on some facade of some sort. Just be you. And that's what, just be yourself. And that's what, yeah, it really helped me immensely. It really got the ball rolling for me. And for that, I thank you very much.
Awesome. And I apologize for springing that question on you, but I just thought that that you just organically would share that with everyone to help them realize the power of just stepping into it and just doing it. And before we know it, we're going to have another Rob Hanley on our hands. He's talking and talking, and how great is that, right? I'm sorry, Rob. Uh-oh, somebody else is calling Rob Hanley.
We all get it.
Get the hook.
Oh, that's funny.
That's awesome.
All
Valerie.
I can say is when you got something to say, you got something to say.
Say it in 50 minutes.
Oh, speaking of which, we were trying really hard. I wanted to record a video in less than 40 seconds. What a riot.
That just didn't work. I put my hands on.
I can't say my name in 40 seconds.
I know it. Rob Hanley. No, I'm trying to be like a Terry Fader right now and impersonate you.
Yeah, I can't say my name in 40 seconds.
Anyway, we did it, and it was 27 seconds. It was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Record breaker.
Winning.
Winning.
Okay, over to you, Valerie. Hi.
Hi, Susan. Thank you for letting me step out here tonight. And once again, I had no intention of doing this. As you know, I'm still really not 100% comfortable, but I love being here, and I love being with this group of people. You're just all amazing. And Rob, we love you. And Susan, one of the things that you said at the beginning, you were talking about how this builds trust with our future business partners, seeing us on this and getting to know us. And I had to laugh because the opposite is true for me right now. My children are starting to trust me because they're all getting to know you.
Wow.
So they've seen me in other businesses, and they were all skeptical. So now they're starting to listen, and they're all starting to get to know all of you. So thank you. I really am full of joy to be here and to be with all of you. And thank you for Susan for pushing me a little bit to come out and do this.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that is absolutely true. And I never think of pointing that out. So we're going to keep that very present. Thank you, Valerie. And I too remember the very first time that you came out. I remember it.
And hair day, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was, well, just like realness is. It was absolutely beautiful.
I remember.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Love you, Valerie.
That is
Thank you.
awesome. Welcome, Craig. I'm going to go to Kelly first, but then we're over to you. Surprise. We thought you weren't coming.
Looks like he's rocking in a boat right now.
Yeah, I can't wait. We'll come over to you.
Yeah.
So Kelly, share.
Yes, I'm really thrilled to be here with all of you. I share that sentiment of, hanging out with you guys is the best thing I can do with my time, because it's always rewarding. And what we do here is really just look for people that want a better way in their life. They want to do better, be better, have better, and we have a way to do that. And it's a way that's really simple. It's a way because we can help you to, discover like what you're able to do. So let me just give you an example. Through the years, I've been in the direct sales business, all kinds of home-based types of things through many, many, many years. You can imagine how many things that might be. And I've risen to the top of the pay plans. I've lived the residual dream. I've been one of those very few people, actually, which was probably my biggest frustration was, not being able to help people get to where I got to. That, to me, is when I've succeeded, is when I've helped someone else succeed. That's the bar for me. And so what I discovered through the years in the traditional sort of MLM business was the numbers, basically. And the reality of it is, unfortunately, that not only do 98% of the people not make money, and that's just a statistic, but 98% actually lose money. So, it was really hard sometimes to get behind, even though they have great products, great systems, great leadership. The compensation plan itself, and we're not really here to talk compensation plans, but just in comparison to what we have with the top tier direct member-to-member sales, where there's no company in between, divvying up that money so that you get your little percentage. And unfortunately, with a lot of those pay plans, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors because things are in points and volume that's attached to different numbers and all the loops and hoops that you have to actually jump through to do anything there is what makes it. The reality is, and even though I still have my hand in a couple of those companies, and one in particular, I love the product because it's such a solid product, but still it's that compensation plan that I know what it's going to take for people that I go, I just can't lead people there anymore because now I know that this top tier is available. And I've been with the Unstoppable Alliance for a little over a year now. And the first thing I did was actually sat back to kind of go, okay, who are these people? And are they for real? Are they here for the long run? Do they really care about others? And, the big thing I wanted to do was meet everybody. So it was my first time to meet with a bunch of us. We went to the GoPro event and, had a chance to be together. And when you can really meet people like that, and this is second best to that, really it is. It's awesome that we get to be here. We can see each other. We can hear each other's story. But when you can actually get together and have that physical time together. So I really recommend if there's opportunity to be live together with each other, definitely do that. We got to, some of us were in New York City here at the beginning of June, and we just had such a good time. We really kind of let our hair down a little bit, which that's another story for another day. But we had a good time. And, I just know that you have to have the right mindset. I'm just going to tell you one little funny story to finish off. Well, two. One lady, I remember one time inviting her to a meeting, right? So this was when you actually physically went to a meeting. And she's like, well, I can't come because I just got out of the shower and my pores haven't closed yet. So, I mean, any excuse will do, right? So I just said to her, I said, so what, your pores, like they slam shut and hurt? What happens? So just funny little stories of, people will give you funny things, funny excuses, and you'll just realize you're talking to the wrong person because they just don't really have the mindset for this. And one other little story, I remember one time I was showing this guy, he was like the town garbage man. Nice enough guy, but I was showing him how he could make, $100,000 a year. And he says to me, and I'll never forget this, he says to me, and he was totally serious. He said, do you know how much money I can make at night snaking out sewers? So, People, right? And I love people. I love
that.
I love more so though the ones that go, I've been looking for this all my life. Where do I get in? Where that they just see what we see, and they're out there. All of us are here. We've all seen this. You will find them. If you build it, they will come. It's like Susan says, if you get yourself out there and people see you, you will start to see them. And she's taught me a lot, her and Tammy, on this marketing. And I've just got to thank all of you for your consistent effort and support that we can do this together as a community, because this is really, we are independent business owners. And to have an alliance like this to plug into with this type of business that is, you can build it all over the world digitally. Wow. I mean, I'm learning so much, and I just am so grateful, and just love you guys all to bits and pieces, and I can't wait to meet every single one of you and have a hug and have a little party. So let's do that. Thanks, Susan.
That's awesome. And thank you, Kelly. The stories that you told and your background story, it's a really prime example of, you don't have to know the technical part, the digital part. Just bring whatever it is that you know and yourself and your story, and then learn as you go and do that. So what Kelly does is she applies her past, she said, conversations, like 40 years of conversations, right? You have so much value, and you know what worked. You've trained many teams. You bring so much value. So learning the digital part and all the, like, you do crazy awesome videos now.
Yeah.
That you had to learn that, but you still used what you already knew. And that's what I love about this. You just still be you and learn and do as you move forward. So thank you. You bring so much value to our community, Kelly. Appreciate you.
You have a velvet voice. I love listening to your song. I listened to it last night as I'm going to sleep.
Years of storytelling. Absolutely. Love it.
Susan, this is Craig. Am I on the line?
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought I wasn't going to be on tonight. I didn't want to.
I thought so too. And then I thought,
yeah.
he wasn't feeling well and he just can't stand to not be here.
Yeah, no, I said I'd listen in if I could, but no, I'm sorry. You can shut me off.
Okay, I'll shut you off. Everybody say hi and bye to Craig.
And that was great, Kelly. Thanks. Look forward to it.
Feel better.
Sorry about that, guys.
No worries. Oh, I feel
bad. He's rocking the boat, it looked like.
Yeah. Let me see. Where's
I'm out on my deck. I'm just sitting out here. I'm not feeling that great, but I'm feeling better now.
There you go. They changed the thing. Oh, remove Kate. I feel bad booting you when I don't need to, but anyway. Bye,
just
Craig.
Drop kick me. Just drop kick me.
Drop kick me?
Yeah, drop kick me.
Oh, I was going to say we can't get rid of them.
Oh, wow. And that was that. So anybody else in the audience want to come out, just raise your hand and make a comment. And over to you, Tammy.
Wow. I don't know what to say tonight. I mean, everybody said so many amazing things here tonight. I always love these. These are one of my favorites. And I think everybody loves them. And like Rob said, it's summertime. I mean, we're getting into the busy time. So yeah, this is going to be one of the tools I think that everybody's going to want to use, because I think the number one thing that we get asked a lot is, transparency. And so when Susan started these Hangouts years ago, and then brought me on one and then started this community, I really think that's important for people to get to know who we are as a community. And so this has really, really done a good job of it. I mean, there's so many times where we've had, I look at the list of all these Hangouts in the communities, and it's consistent. It's amazing to see just the people passing through, lives passing through. And you can come and go. You can feel comfortable on here. You can just really get to know everybody here, and it's like literally sitting next to some friends, having a drink, or coffee. I have water tonight. So, but you know, it's just really nice to, you know, to gather here and do this. And I appreciate you doing this, Susan. I think one of the biggest things, like I said, is it makes people aware of, again, the transparency, but it makes people aware of, hey, I can do this. You know, if they come out and they talk, and if they're just not quite right, you know, they don't talk right, I'm still that way. You know, I'm just like, hey, I'm just Tammy Talk, I call it. Tammy Talk on my videos, you know, and I think the more real that you become with people, the more comfortable that they'll be with you. And so that's why I think this is really important. And Mark, you know what, that was awesome tonight. I really loved hearing from you, because I think back to when I first got on video, and it was like 7-8 years ago, and I was like, man, my sponsor's doing video and he's just killing it. Maybe I better do that. So my video marketing has, you know, taken a new kind of a life of its own. Just, you know, getting on these Hangouts. I mean, to think that I've lost 130 some pounds just because I got on these videos is, I mean, I don't even have words for it sometimes to think that that's how it all started, just because of that. Like, really? Now I got like exercise equipment in my room. Heck, I used to get picked on about having exercise equipment. They'd say, oh, Mom, is that just going to be for another one of your coat hangers? You know what I mean? Like, so when I say that the community and hanging out with people that really love and care about you and believe in you, it really can change your life. It really can. You know, and, you know, I'm still Tammy on the inside, but I'm saying it gives you more confidence and things like that to, you know, for me to reach more people. I think that's what it's done for me personally. I've seen a lot of changes for everybody here. You know, Valerie, that's amazing that you now have your family listening. I mean, and that's big, because you know what, without family support and without, you know, that's what they're seeing, is they're saying, hey, you know, Valerie, Mom's excited. So it's the same thing with me, you know. Everybody knows, you know, Wednesday, 9 o'clock, you know, shut the door, we're doing this, you know. Same with Monday, you know, the event. So they know that that it's a real thing. And then this right here, it just brings it forward, even though it is digital, you know, we can't touch each other, right? but we can certainly at least, you know, hear and then see expressions and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And look at Kenny. I mean, geez, we know what Kenny's about. I mean, I remember one of the blabs when I was down in Florida, and Susan says, hey, are you out of the box? And then all of a sudden now we call him Kenny's out of the box, you know? And I don't know. It's just like, for lack of better words, it's extraordinary to think that that we have a platform like this and that we can get to know everybody like this. And so, you know, and it does get a little bit lonely and boring when you do work alone, and having the support of the community is really good, you know, for people to be able to plug into. So thanks again, Susan, for doing it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And another thing about, like, any of us could do, you know, put on a little acting and record that talking head video and be in our best in that moment. But a dynamic conversation helps us show a little bit more of our true colors, right? How do we interact with other people? What makes us laugh? What makes us serious? How intense do we get when something's going down? It kind of shows your true colors. So.
Yeah, in fact, that was something that I think maybe people want to just think about that tonight. Write this down, because there was a video that was a pivot point for me in my video marketing. And if someone says, what's your best marketing strategy or lead generation strategy for over years here, it would be video marketing, you know, because it helps convert your leads. They get to know who you are. They warm up to you. But when Susan said to me, show your true colors, you know, she just knew I was holding back a little bit. So I'm goofy as just by nature. I just love to clown around, and I just love to have fun. And so I started doing that. You know, I was just like, you know, no holds bar. You know what I mean? Who cares who's watching? Right? You know what I mean? And Kenny, I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it. You're just like, you know, and Kelly, and your voice, like I said, I've seen you do it, and you sing like a beautiful singer. You should be on the America's Got Talent. Or wait, what's the other one? Not in America, but I forget. See, I think you guys are, you live in the same country. We're in the same country. But I just think that when you show your talent, like one time we did a blab and I brought my saxophone on. You know what I mean? It's just like people love that kind of stuff, you know? And then like Susan said, it's the experience. It's the experience that people are getting to, you know, while they are learning. You know, it's a nice break in the middle of the week to be able to stop and say and either learn or then get to know people in the community. So I just think it's brilliant.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing up that comment, Tammy. I actually remember that and I don't even know how I knew it, but I just knew, wait, there's something else in there. I'm going to peel back some of these layers. There's some more.
Yep. Every time there's peeled back the layers and I got more comfortable, the pounds kept peeling off. It was an experience in my life.
It's like, wait, there's Tammy. Hello.
Yep. Cool.
Thank you for sharing that. And thank you everyone on the panel. Once again, we're at the top of the hour before you even know it. I can't believe it. I don't realize an hour went by.
That's crazy fast.
So thank you so much. I really do. To me, this is an honor. None of this is about me. And yet at the same time, it's rewarding. I love every Wednesday night. It's about serving, giving back, just simply providing a platform for brilliant, thoughtful voices that we have around us. And to me, I find that an honor and a privilege. So I love doing this. It is a huge value. Each one is evergreen. So if you're a member of our community and you're not sure how to use these recordings, just reach out. There is a recording explaining exactly how to use it, because they absolutely, on the regular, help people get to know their candidates better, share with them who the people are that they're going to work with. And a lot of the content is essentially golden nuggets and training that you can use in your business, and your candidate will see the value of who you're working with. So they help you convert sales. They help you get to know who you're working with. And it's just an ongoing process. So we're all thrilled to be here. And thank you for watching this. And again, I have to thank each of you on the panel. Love you, appreciate you. Thank you for coming out. Love it. And good night.
You guys.
Nice to meet all of you.
And everybody.